May I have a beverage? How much for a beverage? How much for a Coke?
I'll give it to you for free. Since you're at the window, that means that you must be home.
I am.
You have no car. So
I am.
No drive through.
Whatever works. It's fun. Thank you. No, this is good. It's nice and easy. Thanks. Thanks so much. I'll be lingering around your home. Bye.
Yeah, we'll party.
Okay, love you.
It's dry out there. We'll sit in the rain seats anywhere.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
take that and put it by the cat.
Yeah. Going on with my idea of sharing some of my favorite moments in books while reading, well, you know what? Everybody does have perfect skin. I don't know. I have a scab here, so I know it's crusty. Ignore it, okay? Oof. My favorite. Some of my favorite moments while reading. The hot zone. I'm not gonna ramble today. You already are rambling. The hot zone. That was one of my favorite moments in reading was when I started reading The Hot Zone, which isn't something I would think I would like. But I don't know, somehow that book got in my hands. It's about Ebola virus. Which is horrifying. Your whole body turning. I mean, I don't want to think about it as a real thing. Please don't even let it be real. I know it's real. Please stop it, Lord. I don't really hear about it. Maybe it is stopped a lot. But that's gotta... Your body turning to liquid and blood. All your whole innards goo turning to blood and coming out your holes. How horrifying is that? Maybe this is gonna be a scary video. Anyway, it's very interesting, and I pray for a cure. Lord, make a cure right now. There's gonna be a cure now when this comes out. But just it was so, I got so into it when they were setting the scene with her going into the lab and stuff, and just the whole setup was so it was just horrifying and riveting. It was just like you're on your edge of your seat reading it. It was just like you, I don't know. I don't even remember exactly what I just remember it being. I was like so into it. I was like, this is so scary and it's real and it's scary. It was exciting. That was one of my favorite. So anyone wants to read about, I know it's a touchy subject these days, but it was maybe this isn't a good video. It was an exciting read. Try to find something, the light in the darkness. So I'll go through The Hot Zone sometime, maybe. Okay, also, The House of Leaves. When, he's describing the house, and how, the dimensions, like he's measuring, we're doing the measuring. I thought this was so cool. It was just like, oh, that's so just neat. How he measuring the dimensions of the house inside were bigger than they were outside. And he's all like, just gonna like it, and like he's freaking out about it. It's like, why is my house different sizes? Like, why is it bigger inside than out? Like, he's just going, I don't know, it's just so like a weird thing, right? And I remember just loving that part in particular. I was like, oh, that's so creepy and interesting. You're just reading those like trying to figure out what's going on, and then when anyone reads it's bad, and then there's a hole, there's an abyss, there's like a door, and it goes down just goes down forever. He finds a room in his house, and it's just like a spot. It's like a staircase. I'm very intrigued by this idea. Even I talked about before, like Silent Hill 2 had it a little bit. Where you're just going down descending down a dugout hole for so long. It's the same concept. He's going and going. It's so deep. He finds it and he tries to traverse down it. It's so deep he has to pack. He realizes he does it for like the whole day, and he realizes he can't go any further because he needs to think this out more, I guess, because he hasn't reached the end. So he has to go all the way back up. He really has to prepare for the journey. That's how deep it is. Because he's going for hours down this hole in his house. Isn't that interesting? That's so cool. So he has to go back up and he has to prepare for this descent in his own home. And that from the outside looks normal. And that's awesome. That book, I never even finished it because it gets so, I don't know, intricate. But just that part alone, I gotta finish it. We put it on our Goodreads as we're currently reading. I want to go back to it. It just became too much for me to absorb at the time. I want to see what happens. I want to see if he ever gets to the bottom. Just that concept is so cool. You gotta read at least a little bit of it. At least get to that part. Well, I guess I told you. You don't know what I did. I'm not ruining it for you. Want to find out what happens? What's the bottom? Go read The House of Leaves. I can't ruin it for you like I tend to do. Oh, Big Black always appears. It's like my little man angel. No. Hi. He loves playing nonchalant with me, but he likes to hang around me, you know. Oh, well, having a manga. Right, there's a lot of cute manga. I remember one of the ones that sticks out in my head the most, and I didn't finish this either, so I can't ruin it for anyone. Because I was collecting manga for a couple years, but I realized it was getting very expensive. It's an expensive hobby. Because each book is like $11 to $16. And, there's like 15 books in a series sometimes. Or even at the least, it's 3 to 6 books in a series. And at the most, sometimes it could go on forever. So it's an expensive hobby. So, I never finished it. But I want to finish this one. It's called Sensual Phase. I think that's what it is. And it's, I like this concept. I think this because, I don't know, I've read a lot of it. I don't know, it has a cute catch to it. It's this girl who she writes. She's a writer, and she's a virgin. And she just writes these songs that are really sexy. Because they're in there, she's imagining what sex is like. And so her wild imagination of how magical it's gonna be is makes her lyrics really hot. And there's a singer that wants that is, I don't know if he's interested in her songs. He wants to sing her hot songs. and she's into him, and it's all about him not wanting to have sex with her because he's like, I don't want to get with you. I like you, but I don't want to be with you because you're gonna stop writing as passionately. Like, you're not gonna pull out these hits. You're not gonna give me these juicy, sexy hits. He feels like it's gonna lose its magic, like that. The unknown. I don't know. But she's like, no, it'll be even better. And it was, and I guess it's just their relationship together. Did they do it? I don't know. Isn't that cute? I know I talked about it recently, but I have to include it. I don't know, I can't think of anything right now. I'm gonna have to do a part 2. I'll end with this one. The sun will be going till I think of more. I just feel like uploading something. The Pisces. The whole book was a great moment for me. Like I was right when this uh, just the whole thing was so funny. It was so funny. I was just sitting there laughing away in bed, and she's just hilarious. It's just so funny. It's her. Sometimes she's a jerk. There's some things probably where you're like, oh no, but then you're laughing because you get it, and it's that she talks about these sexual encounters, and they're so cringe, but they're funny and they're cute, and then they're sad, and then there's all kinds of stuff going on, and then it's just the way she describes things. She's in Venice Beach, and all the boho women and buying lingerie because the guy wants to see her in black lingerie, and she's talking about he wants to have anal sex with her, and she's describing how she's trying to prepare, and it's so I was laughing so hard at everything. I actually read it while I was like I read it. My sister's doing my hair, and I was reading out loud to her, and she was loving it. She was laughing away. She was laughing. She's like, I love this. I'm like, I know, isn't it so fun? I feel like that. I don't think I've ever thought a book was amusing enough to read it out loud to somebody. But we both enjoyed it for a little bit. It's just that sounds interesting. Then she meets a merman, and the merman gives her the most otherworldly, heavenly, dreamy sex love affair ever, just from this rock in the ocean. He just comes and meets her there, and they do it on this rock. And it's about her trying to bring him to land, and then he wants to bring her out, and everybody needs to. I will say, the only reason I think that it doesn't have a higher score is that it doesn't end the way you want it to, but it ends sort of sweet, and it makes sense. But just go along for the ride. It's a funny ride. It's a funny book, and I think so. It was just what I wanted to read, and those are some of my favorite book moments that are coming to mind right now. There's definitely gonna be a part 2. Alright? Alright. I love you. Jesus loved you. I can't wait to see you.